An officer-involved shooting at an AutoZone. We'll bring you the latest. Plus, another week, another water briefing. I'll show you what came from Friday's meeting next. And a second stabbing in Corpus Christi this week. We'll bring you the details. Plus,
and you're probably making some weekend plans. Don't worry, I got you covered. Everything you need to know about this weekend's forecast and the start of hurricane season on Monday.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Drew Bishop. We'll get back to Stephanie Lauber with a first look at your forecast in just a bit. But first, we start tonight with news on the officer-involved shooting that happened Friday evening at the AutoZone on Airline Road here in Corpus Christi. Details are still limited, but here's what we know. Shortly before 4 in the afternoon, CCPD received a call about threats being made near the AutoZone on Airline. When an officer arrived, at least one shot was fired and struck the officer. The suspect was taken into police custody. The officer sustained non-life-threatening injuries. No one else was hurt. Well, CCPD are investigating a fatal stabbing from early Friday morning at the Ranch Bar. That's on Everhart Road. Police say that just after 1:30, what started as a disturbance continued in the parking lot, leading to 2 men being stabbed and one of them later dying. As of now, no arrests have been made. An arrest has been made in the stabbing that occurred Wednesday on Anita Drive. 25-year-old Xavier Gonzalez has been booked into the county jail on charges of murder and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Gonzalez is accused of attacking 51-year-old Gabino Gonzalez Sr. with a sword, leading to his death. The victim's son attempted to stop the attacker, but sustained several cuts before disarming him. No motive is known at this time. Well, everything has a price tag, and the price for water here in Corpus Christi is about to go up. At Friday's weekly water briefing, City Manager Peter Zanoni announced a timeline for water and wastewater rate increases. In July, the city is set to present information on the rates to council. They'll have a workshop, then a vote, then officially adopt the new rate structure. The new water rates would then take effect on October 1st, 3 months sooner than when these changes usually begin on January 1st. Zanoni says as the city council has approved $1 billion in water projects, the increased rates will help foot the bill.
The city council that sits here today, they have taken generational votes and approved $1 billion worth of new water supply projects, not because we just wanted to spend $1 billion, but because our water supply was in jeopardy with a drought of record and a system that is not robust enough to handle it.
The city manager also addressed water releases into Corpus Christi Bay, known as pass-throughs. Right now, the state requires the city to release water when we're at 30% of combined capacity. Zanoni says the city is in talks to have that release trigger point changed to 50% of capacity. Now, we've gotten lucky with a couple of drier days in the back half of this week, but will our luck continue through the weekend? For answers on that, we're joined with Chief Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber. Steph, what you got?
Well, we got some good news. If you have some outdoor plans, you're all set. You just need to make sure you're staying hydrated because we are going to continue that dry stretch. But hey, you know, if you're outside, so are those mosquitoes. So let's talk about how we got here. The past month has been one with flip-flopping temperatures, at least from what you're seeing on here. But the last couple of days, that blue is a little deceiving. Blue means days that came in just a little bit cooler than we typically expect for this time of the year, but that's not factoring the humidity. The humidity has been making it feel about 10 degrees hotter the past 2 days, and we're going to keep that trend going into the weekend as well. But as far as rainy days go, we're taking a little bit of a break from that. It won't be long before we add some more green squares to this side of the calendar, but as we wrap up the month of May, it's hard to ignore how beneficial this has been for us in terms of much needed rainfall. With April and May together, I think this really exceeded a lot of our expectations, and it's a good trend. So I'm happy to say there is more rainfall ahead in the 7-day forecast. I'll be back in just a few to break it all down for you in detail, neighborhood ahead.
I'm Stephanie Molina, and back in March, I told you about a Canadian-born Kingsville woman who was detained by immigration officers with her 7-year-old autistic daughter. Now, after being released, she came to the KRIS studio to speak with me about what her experience was like.
They want people to believe that these people deserve to be there, and they don't deserve what they are enduring.
I first told you about Tanya Warner back in March. She had been detained by immigration authorities after her family was returning to Kingsville from a baby shower in Raymondville. It happened at the Sarita checkpoint. Warner talks about what happened to her and her 7-year-old autistic daughter, Ayla Lucas.
They took everything that we had, made us take out our bobby pins, made us take out hair ties, cut the tie off my dress. stripped us down to nothing.
They were taken to a Border Patrol processing center in McAllen known as Ursula. They spent 5 days there.
Ursula was easily the most traumatizing experience of my life. It was horrible. It's a prison cell block. It's a sensory deprivation chamber. The whole system is used to break you down, and they insisted that I was going to be deported or they were going to deport me, and I could do it the easy way or the hard way.
She met people from Mexico, Colombia, and Venezuela there.
They were not criminals by any stretch of the imagination. One was a commercial cook with her grandmother, and the other was a nail tech from Colombia.
Warner says conditions in their women and children's cell block caused her daughter Ayla to develop a rash. She says they were given antibacterial soap and commercial detergent for their clothes. Warner says it gave Ayla chemical burns.
Did you miss anyone particularly when you were out there? Who did you miss?
My stepsister Molly.
The family was later moved to the Dilley Immigration Processing Center where they spent 14 days.
When you're in Dilley, you're inside of a bubble. I had no idea what was happening on the outside. I had no idea who was rallying for us. I felt incredibly alone.
Warner and her daughter were able to post bond with money raised through crowdfunding. She still has to meet with her deportation officer and must wear an ankle monitor.
The sheer lack of liberty and the loss of my rights has been just, I don't have a word for it. It has been horrible, horrible. Degrading would be a good word for it.
She calls her experience an injustice.
They were supposed to go after the worst of the worst, and my daughter and I don't have a criminal history in Canada or the United States.
I reached out to the Department of Homeland Security, but have not heard back from them. Warner says support from the community has helped her throughout this time.
It helped me to walk tall and to feel stronger in myself, that this was an injustice and this shouldn't be happening to us.
Warner says she hopes to start a nonprofit to help detained families bond out like she did, while still seeking her own support as she continues her legal process. Reporting from the studio, I'm Stephanie Molina, KRIS 6 News.
Well, in statewide news, an ICE agent wanted for a shooting in Minnesota has now been arrested right here in South Texas. Christian Castro was arrested in Cameron County this morning. He's being charged with assault for an incident that resulted in a man being shot in Minnesota in January. He'll be transported to Minnesota to await trial. Well, we have new details on the fatal gas leak explosion at an apartment complex in Dallas on Thursday. At least 3 people have been confirmed to have died in the explosion, with 5 others injured. Search and recovery units are now working through the rubble after they've extinguished the fire. Well, a train derailed in Houston on Friday morning, and this led to 11 cars going off the tracks and at least 2 of them hanging over an overpass. Nearby roads were closed for several hours so that the trains could be uprighted. The cause for the derailment is not known at this time. Well, a unique plane carrying hundreds of years of American history just landed. We'll show you the rare documents inside next. And later, the city of Corpus Christi is declaring war on mosquitoes. I'll share their plans to fight back against these flying pests.
Watching KRIS 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Well, some of the most important documents in American history are being made available to the public. That includes some very rare items, like an 1820s copy of the Declaration of Independence. The story of how they became available is just as interesting as the exhibit itself. Scripps News Group's Ethan Carlson reports on the Freedom Plane from Denver and what it takes to move hundreds of years of history around the country.
This is very exciting. This really gets at the fiber of who we are as Americans.
An arrival at DIA.
This is a once-in-a-generation experience.
250 years in the making.
What could be more important than these foundational documents that formed our nation?
A unique plane with 8 stops across the country.
The Freedom Plane has officially landed in the Mile High City.
Inside the Freedom Plane are 9 historic documents plucked straight from the National Archives.
There's something about not just looking at it online, but seeing the paper, seeing that Benjamin Franklin touched this piece of paper, George Washington signed his oath here, being able to see that and take that away and think about our past and think about where we are today.
But before they're ready for the viewing public at History Colorado,
I think a lot of people don't realize what goes on behind the scenes in the museum.
museum staff have a monumental task.
It's kind of like an extreme version of Tetris, where there's so many things going on.
Things like organizing security, getting the lighting just right, and making sure to account for Colorado's very dry climate.
We did make a plan, and in our case, silica gel, because that's very useful to help raise humidity.
To do this on behalf of Coloradans and the Rocky Mountain West is pretty incredible.
Starting Thursday, Coloradans will have 17 days to see the Freedom Plane exhibit at History Colorado before it heads to Miami.
To be asked, invited to host these feels like one of the greatest honors that we could ever hope for in our work.
And maybe these items from 2.5 centuries ago will inspire someone today.
We're hoping they take a little bit of a civic spark from it and say, what is my role in democracy today and how do we shape it for the future?
Ethan Carlson, Scripps News Group.
Well, for the first time in years, Choke Canyon is filling back up. Melissa Trevino shares the details next.
No rainfall today, but temperatures are going to be on the rise. Plus, that rainfall's not too far away. I'll be timing out the next 7 days neighborhood by neighborhood coming up in your full forecast. That's next. Hey there, I'm Chief Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber. Happy weekend. We are kicking off a warm stretch of weather here across Coastal Bend. Rain-free for now, but the rain won't be far away. Good news is we've got a little time that has been bought for us thanks to beneficial rains not only this week, but over the past 2 months. We've really lucked out. And so we remain in a rainfall surplus by 1.25 inches. All we have to spare is $1.25, so we still need to make that progress going forward. But hey, it makes us feel a little better about having a sunny weekend, right? Mind you, with the sunshine, it is going to be feeling quite warm out there. We had a relatively cool start to the morning, 71, where we'd normally wake up around 73, but the afternoon is catching up to us. Average high temperature this time of the year is 90 degrees. We came in just shy of that at 89. But once you factor in that humidity, we are feeling well beyond 90 degrees. It's feeling more like the triple digits out there, and that is a trend that will continue heading into the weekend because the humidity isn't backing down at all. But with some water in the air around us, that'll make for some clouds. Generally, as we head into the overnight, we'll see those kind of come back, and it's another situation where we may see some patchy fog out there, but I think our winds will do a little bit of shaking and moving and help to keep some of that at bay. Also, our temperatures aren't as cool in the morning as they have been the past couple of days, so I'm not too concerned about that. But the clouds won't last too long. Moving beyond daybreak, that's where our temperatures will start to warm up to the 80s, and eventually heading into the afternoon, we're really getting into the 80s, pushing the 90s by 2 p.m. That's the actual air temperature. Feels like temperatures at this point will be well into the 90s for a lot of neighborhoods. And so if you're planning to spend some time outdoors, there won't be much for clouds. We need to drink plenty of water. We need to wear that SPF 30 or better. A hat is a good idea. And remember, checking on those kids, pets, and the elderly. They're more susceptible to heat-related illness, which thankfully won't be too much of an issue for Saturday, but it's something we'll be watching as we go through the weekend. But Saturday night plans still looking good. Warm weather by 7 p.m. Watching that sun sink lower in the sky and temperatures coming back down through the 80s. So overall, pretty enjoyable day. Got to get out there and enjoy it. But as we continue to go through the weekend and the upcoming week, I mentioned rain chances are coming back into the mix, and the number one ingredient for that, water in the air, the humidity. So let's look at Moisture Tracker to show you how that is going to be evolving. We start to see more of this green returning to the map as we go into Sunday morning. Sunday is going to be the more humid day out of the two, and again, you'll notice more cloud coverage out there, but still a good deal of sunshine. It's once we head into the week that we really start to notice that just intense humidity coming back, and by Monday we'll start to see some clouds that look a little suspicious. I can't rule out a shower here or there, but the focus for the rainfall by and large will be for the middle of the week as we go through Tuesday and eventually Wednesday. And it seems like if we get some good rain, which I am expecting, the southern neighborhoods would probably fare better just because we have a lot more water to tap into for the southern half of the coastal bend. But it's still, we're a couple days out. It's something we'll have to watch very carefully. So the focus for this weekend is going to be on that heat risk. For Saturday, not too bad. We're keeping things in the yellow category for most neighborhoods. It's a minor 1 out of 4 heat risk, but there's some orange along the coast. That's a 2 out of 4. moderate heat risk, and we see more of that on Sunday. So a reason to stay cool out there. You need to make sure that you're taking those breaks indoors and drinking plenty of water. Here's a look at the next 7 days.
I'm Melissa Trevino at Choke Canyon Reservoir. Just a few months ago, this area looked completely different. When I was here in February and again in April, water levels were so low, parts of the lake bed were exposed, enough to walk on. But after our recent rainfall, the lake is starting to fill back up, giving many hope after months of dry conditions. My last visit was in April, and it was dry out here. But recent rain is bringing some much-needed drought relief to Choke Canyon Reservoir. Visitors are welcoming the change.
I haven't seen this much rain in like back to back since it's been a while.
Jesse Ortiz says seeing water return to the reservoir is encouraging.
Well, I know we definitely need more rain, that people can come out and enjoy, but it's, I don't know, the weather's been weird. As a start, we'll see where to come and see how things go.
But many know there's still a long way to go. According to water data for Texas, as of Friday, Choke Canyon Reservoir was about 7.9% full. A month ago, it sat at 7.4%. Park Superintendent Jose Uribe says rain across South Texas, including upstream areas, is already making a difference.
We're getting rain right on top of the lake, but we're also getting rain on the northwest side of the Frio River. So, up in the hill country, and eventually that water will make it down to the lake.
Uribe says water flowing through the Frio River system could also help boost lake levels in the coming weeks.
And it's moving up. Thank goodness. We just hope that this pattern will continue. And certainly it's exciting to see the water coming up, be able to see the landscape changing.
Recent rain has brought some relief after months of drought, but much more is needed to get the reservoir back at full capacity. Reporting at Choke Canyon, I'm Melissa Trevino, KRIS 6 News.
Well, the city of Corpus Christi is preparing to wage war on these guys. For the first time in a long time, the city will be spraying for the tiny pests across the city. The city is also set to spray for mosquitoes each weekday next week.
Hey everyone, I'm Loris Liska in Buda, near Austin, where two Coastal Bend baseball teams battled in the state semifinal. Did London get the series sweep, and did Cal Allen win Game 1? Highlights and scores in sports.
Is your 6 Sports Report.
Hey everyone, I'm Loris Liska in Buda, near Austin, for state semifinal baseball. Two Coastal Bend teams were left, both looking to defend their state championships, Cal Allen and London. Let's start with the Pirates, who were facing the same team they played in the same round last season. In 3A Division I, London won Thursday's Game 1 matchup against the Huntington Red Devils 9-4. Now the Pirates are looking for the series sweep. London down 2-zip in the 5th. I turn on my camera just in time to see Christian Olivares launch a bomb to left field. See you later for a solo home run. Pirates close the gap 2-1. But Huntington wants more cushion in the 6th, starting with a beautiful bunt by Fitzgerald. London goes for the out at home. The toss to Nate Torres is close, but called not in time. Red Devils go up 3-1. Next batter, Luke Green doubles on a liner to left field. The deep shot brings home 2 Red Devils, and Huntington leads 5-1. And that's the final score. Huntington wins 5-1, forcing Game 3. London head coach Albert Amaya believes in his pitching staff and roster depth as they prep for a rubber match.
No, I just want to thank the fans for making the trip out here, and it was great energy. We just didn't get that timely hit. I can't take any away from our players. They played with their hearts. The ball just didn't bounce our way tonight, but that's a game of baseball. But I love these guys, and I know they're going to come out tomorrow ready to play.
London and Huntington's must-win Game 3 is set for Saturday at 2 p.m. at Buda Hayes. In 4A Division I baseball, the top-ranked Cal Allen Wildcats battled 8th-ranked Bullard for a best-of-3 state semifinal. The Panthers are making their first ever 5th-round appearance. Let's go to Game 1 action. Cal Allen wastes no time with 2 runners on. Blake Quinn hits a high sac fly to center field. Drayson Gomez sprints, slides, and is safe at home for the 1-zip lead. But Bullard responds in the bottom of the first. Ty Rigsby gets ball to barrel and takes it for a ride over the left field fence for a 2-run homer, and the Panthers pull pull ahead 2-1. 2 outs now. Bullard's Gage Alderman doubles on a deep fly ball to center field's warning track. Brings home Bryce Roberts for the 3-1 lead. Call Carroll settles in on the mound for Cal Allen. He deals 12 strikeouts through 6 innings, allowing 3 hits, 3 runs, and 2 walks. And Cal Allen battles back, tying it up in the 6th and winning 4-3 in 8 innings. Game 2 is Saturday at 2 p.m. at Buda Johnson, with Game 3, if necessary, 30 minutes after. Good luck to Cal Allen and London baseball as it comes down to Saturday to see who punches their ticket to Round Rock. I'm Larissa Liska, KRIS 6 Sports.
Well, did you know pigeons have gut reactions? I'll show you what a new study is saying next.
With warm weather in the forecast, you're probably wondering what it's going to be like if you're heading out to the coast. I'll show you a beach forecast with your 7-day forecast next.
Part of the Scripps News Group.
Well, Corpus Christi ISD held their high school graduation ceremonies for 3 schools on Friday. Carroll High School, King High School, and Miller High School's ceremonies are all now wrapped up. We spoke with a student on how she feels and what she plans to do next.
I can't believe that I graduated. It doesn't feel real right now. I plan to go to UTSA and become a neurosurgeon.
Well, Veterans Memorial High School, Moody High School, and Ray High School will hold their graduations on Saturday. So you may trust your gut, but did you know that pigeons follow their gut too? According to a scientific journal, the birds use special cells in their livers as an eternal compass when the sky is overcast. By testing birds in both overcast and sunny conditions, they found that birds with iron-rich cells were more successful in completing their routes, while those without much iron were disoriented when clouds blocked the sun.
All right, a popular place this weekend is more than likely going to be the beach. It's feeling warm out there, humid, a good place to cool off, and the good old golf. So if you're heading out that way, here's what to expect. Generally friendly conditions. It is going to be warm, temperatures in the middle 80s. Factor in the humidity, it's going to feel like the 90s. Surf will be around 2 to 3 feet. Wind's pretty friendly, and rip current risk will be low, but low doesn't mean no. So make sure you're minding the beach flags and staying safe out there. Here's a look at that 7-day forecast. Rain returns next week.
Well, that's all the time we have for now. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.
Thank you.